Do you want to breathe better? Do you need to move and exercise but can't physically participate in a typical fitness class? Heard about meditation but don't know where to begin? Then this is the class for you. I'm Cotte Griffiths, and this is Positive Health, Beginner Chair Yoga. Positive health encourages a better quality of life above and beyond trying to prevent disease. In yoga, we believe we should do no harm. Any pose should not hurt. If a pose is not completely comfortable for you, then stop. All of our bodies are different. Find a comfortable chair, preferably one where you can move your legs to the side. I prefer to have my shoes off. We'll begin with a breathing exercise. Most people breathe a shallow breath, just in their chest. They're not getting as much oxygen as you could really use in life. When we breathe and we exhale, our diaphragm, this big muscle, is sort of in a mushroom shape. When you inhale, it flattens out and it spreads the whole rib cage out to bring the air in, and it pushes down on your stomach so that your belly comes out. The exercise I'd like to do today is a good solid 3-part breath where we're really going to exaggerate that breath coming into the belly. So I invite you to take your hands and place them on the belly. We're going to take a nice, deep, slow breath in. Let that belly expand, and then slowly exhale. Another breath in, nice and slow, but very deep. And exhale out. Pretend that your belly is a balloon and you're filling it up with air. Really exaggerate that belly coming out. And then slowly, at a slower pace than the inhale, let the breath come out. Just a couple of more here with the hands so you really feel what a deep, solid breath is like. Then you can take one hand and bring it up to the rib cage. And we'll breathe now and try to exaggerate it in the belly and that rib cage. So as you breathe in, belly comes out, rib cage is expanding, and feel those ribs separate. And then slowly let it decrease out. Breathing in, belly and rib cage. And slowly exhale. You want to find a nice pace here. Give yourself time to take that breath in, and then slowly, as slow as you can, exaggerate the breath out. You're going to feel those muscles expanding there between the ribs. That's what you want. We'll take one more deep breath in together with the hands in this position. And then slowly exhale. So now, one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. We'll do all 3 parts. So we're going to breathe in, notice the belly moving, the rib cage expanding, and the chest rising. And then slowly watch it go in the reverse as you exhale. Breathe in, belly, rib cage, chest, and exhale. You might notice with this deep breath you're taking in that even your shoulders are going up. That's a full breath. Breathing in, it's like a wave of breath through the body. You're really feeling this motion. I always say that if you can breathe, you can do yoga. It's the most important part. It's the foundation. So now rest your hands down, and let's take a couple of breaths like that without the hands, but see if you can feel your belly moving and your rib cage expanding and your chest rising, and then slowly letting each come down. Like I said, that nice, beautiful one last wave here, just feeling the breath, the most important part of yoga. And now we're going to move the breath with the body. So we want to breathe in and lift our arms up. Exhale, bend to your right. Then breathe in and exhale to the left. Again, breathing in, up the arms come, and then slowly exhaling to the side, stretching out the side body. Breathing in and exhaling. We're stretching the intercostal muscles that hold the ribs together. They do part of the breath too. This time we breathe in, take that right arm down, and really give a nice bend to the side. Then both hands come up, breath in, and slowly exhale that left arm down. Going to bring both hands up to meet and bring them down to the heart here. We'll take a breath in and gently do a little twist with the lower back to your right. And then breathe in back to the center and a gentle twist to your left. Back up here. We need to do a little wrist exercises. So take both hands out like you're saying stop with both hands. We're going to breathe in when we do that, flexing those hands, then breathing out, make a fist, and take the wrists down. Breathing in, flexing, breathing out, knuckles toward the ground, breath in, and breath out. Now when both hands come up, we're going to pretend they're windshield wipers, go side to side. So now we're giving a little rotation to the elbows as well. Back and forth. Feels good. And we bring those hands back up to the heart. One of my favorite poses is the sun salutations. I'm going to do one first and then you can follow. We first come into the mountain, the solid mountain. Feel that I sort of look like a mountain with my arms down, but I'm firmly grounded, both my feet and where I'm sitting, strong, grounded, connected. You want to feel that strong. We can lift the shoulders up toward the ears and then release them down. Let's do that with the breath. Breathe in, the shoulders come up. Breathe out, we release them down. We're going to do one sun salute now. We lift the arms up, the breath comes in. You exhale and you fold forward with a flat back down. Look down, fingertips down toward the floor. And then you breathe in and you come halfway up. But you continue to look down because you don't want to strain your neck. And then breath comes out, back down. And then all the way up with a strong back, good strong core muscles and work here. We're going to bring our hands right through prayer position back to the heart. We can pause here, take a breath in with the thumbs touching the chest. We feel the hands move, we feel the chest move, and then we come back to our strong mountain. So now let's do it all together. Breath in, arms rise. Exhale, folding forward all the way down, nice and gentle and slow. Inhaling halfway up, lifting the arms. Exhaling down. Inhaling all the way up. Hands back through the center in the prayer position and back to our mountain. Again, breath in. We rise. Breath out. We fold. Breath in, halfway up. Use those stomach muscles. And then exhaling down. Strong back muscles, stretching up. And the hands right through to the heart. I like to do 3 of most things, so let's do one more here together. Arms up. Beautiful stretch. Exhaling all the way down. Inhaling, lifting, holding, and then floating down like a feather. Back down, and then all the way up. Know your strength. All the way up, hands through the center, and back to our mountain pose. Now I'd like to do the warrior series. This is warrior 1. So I just want to get the legs to stretch out a little bit, these inner muscles here. So your left leg would be forward. Make sure that the knee is over the ankle with intention, and the other leg is out to the side. The hips are forward, and you have a little bit of a back bend probably. You might want to be sitting forward in the chair a little bit. We're going to raise those arms up straight above, but then relax the shoulders down. The arms come out a little bit. This is warrior 1. We can bring the arms back just slightly, just a little bit, and do a little slight back bend. And then bring the hands behind the head. Elbows are out to the side. So we combine the breath here. The breath is in. The heart is forward. Then we exhale, elbows toward each other. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale nice and deep, lots of space in that chest and belly. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We'll meet back here with our elbows back. And lift those arms up, plant that warrior 1. Bring the hands down. So we'll switch feet. So now your left leg's forward, right out to the side. Hips are forward and arms come up. Relax those shoulders down. Don't strain. Use strength and release at the same time. Slightly bring the hands back, heart forward, hands behind the head. So we breathe in, bring the elbows back. Exhaling those elbows forward. Breath in. And breath slowly out. Breath in once more. And out. We're getting a little bit of a stretch back there, bringing those shoulder blades toward each other. So allow that to happen. A couple of more breaths here on this side. We'll meet back here with the elbows out. Plant the warrior one, and then bring the hands down to the lap. Our spines are naturally curved. They love to curve. We spend so much time forcing them to be in a position they don't want to be. I'm going to show you a cat-cow pose, seated. So you can place your hands on your lap, close to your hip bones here. And I'll demonstrate one first so you see what it is. What we're really doing is bringing the shoulders up and bringing them back and down. So the heart is forward and the breath comes in. You gaze slightly up, don't put your neck back. And then as you exhale, you round the back like a scared cat on a fence and come down and look at your legs. So now join me. We come up, breath comes in, nice curve in the back, and then we exhale, we round the back down, pressing our hands into our lap, up and down. We'll do a few more. Find your motion. Remember, breath is in when you're up, breath is out when you're down. Really stretch out the back, stretch out the shoulders, enjoy the movement. One more time around, nice and slow. We come back up for that cow with that big breath, and down to the cat. Let's continue to match our breath to our movements. This is warrior two. I love the warrior poses. So you want to spread the legs even further than we did. We're really going to stretch them out. So let's say that your right side is the front. Have it out to the corner of the chair, and the left one out, probably about a 90-degree angle. You really want to stretch out these muscles. So over this front right leg, you want your right arm out, and the left one should come to the back. So if you're sideways on the chair, you'll be able to get that arm to the back, and that will be best. We're going to take a breath in and slowly exhale. You want to relax the shoulders down. You're putting those fingertips in both directions like you're being pulled in both directions. We'll take another breath in and out. Now, the next one, we're going to take that back hand down. It can just rest down. This front right palm comes up. We breathe in as you bring it up and stretch out that side. And then exhale, you bring it down. You can bring your hand to your hip, or if you can, reach it up toward the ceiling and then come back and plant that warrior two. It's a beautiful motion. So we breathe in, looking out over that front arm. We breathe out. We breathe in, lifting up that front arm. We exhale it right down to the leg and come up to the side and back for another. This is the warrior two dance in my mind. We breathe in, we breathe out. Lift up and exhale, release down. Arm comes up and we plant that warrior two again. Stretch those arms out and we can bring the hands down to the lap. We're going to switch sides. So now we'll say this left side, your left is the front. And we're going to stick that left arm right over it and make sure your legs again are spread as far as they can, about 90 degrees, and we take that right hand to the back. So this is warrior two on the other side. Again, you're extending those fingertips as much as you can, looking with determination over that front arm. And we're going to have lots of room and space for breath here. Breath comes in and breath comes out. Then breath comes in, you turn this front palm up. Just reaching up toward the ceiling, stretching out the side of the body, and exhale it right down to that thigh. Forearm to thigh, hand on hip, or reach up if you can, and back to warrior two. Breath in and breath out. We inhale up, exhale right down. Beautiful dance in motion. It may take a little bit to get used to it. We've done it a few times now. Let's try one last time. We take that good solid breath here and exhale. Then we inhale it up, exhale it down, and come up, side angle up, and plant that warrior two. One last time. We'll bring the hands down. We're going to do a little bit of back bending now. I want to show you a few different hand positions that you can use. I prefer to take my hands back behind the back and have the fingers pointing down. You may need to just be able to, behind your back, to get your fingers together like this, or maybe your wrists, maybe you want to go for the elbows, or maybe you want to clasp your hands together. Traditional in camel pose is to take the hands back with the fingers pointing down and just put them on the lower back. Give yourself a little support back there, and then lift the shoulders up, bring them back, and you're going to see my heart came forward, your heart will come forward. You're going to get a slight back bend, and you've got your hands back there for support. We just want to slightly look up, just a little bit of a gaze, find a focal point up, and do a few deep breaths here. You can see how much room there is. My chest is expanding as the breath comes in and the belly. We spend so much time slumped over when we sit. This is the reverse. So we want to reverse that, holding those shoulders back, reversing all that damage we did all day. Then we can release the hands down. We'll do one more back bend with a little motion this time. So we take our hands straight out to the sides with the palms down. When the palms are up, we're going to breathe in, slightly look up, do a little bit of a back bend. Then as you exhale, you roll those hands down and put the palms down. Maybe even to the back of the room behind you if you can. So we inhale, palms come up. This is a flying locust. We exhale, the hands come down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. We can rest the hands down. We're going to do a little bit of exercise down the legs, working our way down the body. So point out the toes. When we breathe in, we're going to flex the feet up. When you breathe out, you point the toes forward. So we breathe in, nice and slow. Exhale, point. Breathe in. Exhale, point. Our ankles are so important to our balance, our ankles and our neck, as well as our eyesight. But people, they disregard how important the ankles are. So you want to give your ankles some good exercise. And then we'll bring them down to the floor. I like to do that, rest on the heels. It makes it a little bit easier. And then just make circles with the toes. Pick one direction and make those circles, really stretching out those ankles, giving them a good workout, get them warm. And then we'll pause and go around the other way. Circle in the opposite direction. And we can even do a little rocking chair. You come up, lift the heels up, and then come down, lift the toes up. So I like to say it's a rocking chair. You can even put a little upper body movement in, just a little, really just working on strengthening the ankles. They're so small, and they have to take all our weight and keep our balance. They're very important, so let's not ignore them. So now let's work on a little bit of inner core midsection strength here for the boat pose. You can hold on to the chair to start. You want to just point the toes out and bring your arms out to meet with the palms facing toward each other. So this is boat pose. You can feel that you're using your inner muscles in your stomach, your abdominal muscles to do this, and we'll come down. So we'll breathe in, bring the legs and arms up, exhale them down. Breathe in, exhale down. Do a few more. Remember to put the breath with the motion. In yoga, we learn to breathe through exercises that might be a little difficult, and that's what you hopefully take with you the rest of the day. When you hit another situation that's difficult in your life, you breathe through it because you're just in the habit of doing so. All right, last boat, we'll bring it down. Now I want to do a little bit of a hip opener. So if you can cross your leg over onto your knee, then do that and flex the foot. If you can't cross your legs over, then just cross the ankles over below. I'm going to bring my leg up. I helped it with my hands. If you need to do that, you do that. So flexing the foot, we just rest the hands here. We're going to bring the shoulders back and slowly hinge forward. So we'll take a breath in and hinge forward just slightly as the breath comes out. Then breathing in again and hinging forward a little bit further. Another breath in. And then find your place, chest toward the leg, where you're starting to feel that stretch in the leg and in the hip. That's what you want to find, and find that perfect place for you. Don't overdo it. What feels best for you? We'll take a couple of more breaths here. And then slowly on your next inhale, rise back up. And we'll take this leg down, bring the other one up. We keep everything even in yoga. Whatever we do on one side, we do on the other. We want to keep it very even. So again, if you can't cross your legs over, and you might find a difference from one hip to the other hip. Many of my students have very much of a difference between their hips. So maybe you have to keep the ankles down, then do that. If you can bring it up, then you do. Rest the hands down, as I said. We bring the shoulders back because we want to come down with a flat back. So the breath comes in, and we slightly hinge forward, just a little. Breathe in again. We just want to ease into it so you can find that perfect place for you and you don't overdo it. And all the way down. And we take a few breaths here. And up we come. We're going to bring this leg down. Bring our knees together just slightly, just to do a little bit of an inward rotation. And we'll bring our arms up. Just take one breath in here, bring them back, and bring them forward. And then we're going to come into a brief meditation. So I invite you all now to sit back in your seats. We've been sitting up so strong and straight with our backs, but now we want to relax. And bring those feet out. Let the legs just relax. I encourage you to close your eyes for this exercise. This is the most basic type of meditation that there is. I'm just going to guide us through a little relaxation to make sure the toes, if you wiggle them, then let them just relax down. Maybe the legs come out a little bit. If you concentrate on relaxing the thighs, you feel grounded in the seat and your back on the back of the chair. And maybe your shoulders come down a little bit. The chin may sink a little bit. We want to make sure there's no tension in our face. And with your eyes closed, the simplest meditation is just to say breath in when you breathe in. And say breath out when you breathe out. And just repeat this. Breath in as you breathe in. Breath out as you breathe out. At first, it's easy to keep your attention on the breath, but often our mind starts to wander. Your mind's a muscle like any other muscle. So just tell yourself, no, back on the breath. Breath in and breath out. Take a few more breaths here to yourself with your voice in your head. And then slowly start to move your fingers and your feet. And open up your eyes. Thank you for joining us for yoga. We hope this class has given you a foundation for a more positive, healthy lifestyle. We encourage you to take your yoga breathing with you throughout the day and to also find a few moments each day to sit quietly and clear your mind, concentrating on your breath. Discover what a difference this can make in your life. If you would like to know more about me, my yoga, and my other videos, visit onlineandinperson.com. To find out more about stroke prevention, visit circleofrights.org. Namaste.